Okay, I want to talk about something. Gradually or all at once getting worse. How things get worse gradually or all at once. Sort of like learning your lesson. Let it gradually get to a certain point before you decide to fix the problem. I have this written down as a note, and I wrote it down a while ago, so I'm trying to remember exactly the point I'm making. I don't want to sit there and think about it too long. Otherwise, I end up makes it worse for me to try to remember the concept I was thinking about. So about gradually or all at once getting worse. So it has to do with this idea of things all getting worse all at once, or things getting worse gradually. And so gradually getting worse, sort of like getting a cancer diagnosis and things gradually getting worse, or all at once getting worse, like the jump from that. So things gradually getting worse, or things getting worse all at once. So if things are getting worse all at once, then you feel it more, and it's quicker, but it's sort of like a gunshot. Getting things done all at once is a gunshot, but also you're taking a risk with a gunshot in that specific example. But all at once, sort of like you just put yourself to sleep during surgery, or gradually, where you're just sort of living out the experience by getting it Novocaine shoved into your mouth, or lidocaine, whatever, some kind of numbing agent. And you're just sitting there experiencing it. And that's another thing. So yeah, you're experiencing it gradually, or things are getting worse all at once. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember the point exactly that I was trying to make. Apologies if I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, so things getting gradually worse. So things are. So I guess I'm trying to think of an idea to wrap into this. So things are gradually getting worse, or things are all worse than once. I guess you can tie this to a specific circumstance. So a specific circumstance might be how bad things could get, and based on this. So things can gradually get bad, and I guess this is just back into the basic ideas: gradually getting bad or all at once getting bad, worsening. Um, hmm. So I guess okay, I'm just gonna try my best to include this in something. So things gradually getting done, or gradually getting worse. Obviously, goes back to this lesson thing. So if you're learning a lesson, you can so gradually or all at once you learn your lesson from the beginning. So all at once you learn the lesson. So all at once you learn, so getting bad. So things get worse all of a sudden, and then you feel it more. Then you can get satisfaction out of it more. And so things getting bad gradually. Okay, I'm gonna wing it. So gradually things get worse, like cancer, and it's about. I don't know what I was trying to say with that. I shouldn't have been more detailed in my notes. I'm trying to make a video out of this. So things get worse gradually, and or all at once. So they're worsening, but they're gradually getting worse. So things. I think I was applying this to an idea, a vague idea, and I didn't write it down in the best way that I could have, and applying it to that vague idea. So, yeah, so things gradually get worse, or all at once, so they get worse, sort of like a gunshot, or things get worse, sort of like something slowly killing you, like a poison, or putting yourself in an oven, or letting yourself ingest carbon monoxide poisoning. It can lead to the same thing, to the same extreme, such as death, like in that circumstance, or it can come from, it starts as something, it starts as an instantaneous thing, and it leads into something in the end, but one ends like this, and the other goes out, and it goes back to this idea of things happening, and they happen, it's very fleeting, one moment to the next moment, and I think that goes to the idea of people ignoring the idea that suffering matters, because it's so fleeting, and once it's done, it's in the past, and they can't somehow feel the pain from the past and knowing how it means something just because the pain in the past led to something in the future. That's the very foundation of the game, is something happening in the future, and based on this negative sum game, we're constantly getting rid of differentiation. Obviously, all that we leave behind, based on this lack of equilibrium that people want to apply to it, there's no equilibrium, and that's something that can be applied. It's like putting words, sort of like applying two contradictory ideas and calling it a paradox. It doesn't work as an idea. So it's sort of like those two contradictory points. So yeah, gradually getting worse. I don't know. So it's the basic idea that things are, yeah, getting worse, and the fleeting nature of life. That's where I was going. The fleeting nature of life, and the fleeting nature of life, and people don't look back at things as serious because it's one thing leading to another, and they can't look back at the past and see as meaning something because it led to them to where they are now, and where they are now is based on something in the past. And since life is about the momentum of moving forward between the beginning and end, obviously the only thing that's leading in the way is based on the negative sum game, based on this deprivation, based on the beginning, is because of something that happened is based on the blood stain. The blood stain, the trail of tears, is by nature, by part of the mechanism, going to be something that's part of this mechanism regardless. So it's part of the mechanism no matter what. And it leads up to where we are now. That's why everything in the past means something. So I might tackle this idea in another video sometime, but I couldn't remember exactly what I was pointing, but I tried to make a video out as best I could, so I apologize. So thank you, and it's about gradually or all at once worsening, so maybe it can help me remember. So thank you, and until next time, bye.